hope it's okay that I'm not wearing a shirt. It's just a little hot and I don't like clothing very much, so forgive me if this is offensive in any way, but... Hey guys, how are you? This is Connor. You're watching ThrivingMinimalist.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm inside Winnebago, because I wanted to show you all where I sleep, what my sleeping arrangements are as a minimalist, as a traveler, as a gypsy, as a nomad. I had a great question just asking me, hey, what's your minimalist sleep situation looking like? It has changed throughout my time in the last few years of living a minimalist lifestyle. And so I'm going to talk about the 3 different types of sleeping arrangements that I've had and go into a little bit of detail of why I like to sleep the way that I do. So currently I live full-time in an RV in a small 19-foot camper with Brittany Taylor, who's another amazing YouTube minimalist. If you haven't seen her channel, please check her out. And we share this bed right here behind me. It's an elevated bed. I'll give you a better look at it. So underneath of this bed is actually where we drive the camper. So there's a seat underneath and you can access it right here. You can see the seats through these curtains. So the mattress itself is pretty thin. I'd say, 3-4 inches. It's on plywood, sheets, and a blanket. We also have a thicker blanket if we need for when it gets cold. We have 4 pillows. I really like having 2 pillows. Brittany likes having 1 pillow. We like kind of like sharing a knee pillow sometimes. So all this stuff really serves us. The other thing that's kind of funny and tucked in here is Brittany's eye mask and these tie pants, which I actually don't wear as pants. I use to put on my face. So all that, like, maybe that's way too overkill for you as a minimalist. You want to be like super duper simple, and that's awesome. Just like a sleeping bag on the floor, that's badass. Do your thing. The reason that I'm mentioning all of this stuff is because this is like the tried and true method for myself and for Brittany, and we love it, and it works really, really well. We share this super small home. Our bed is a very important, key part, integral part of the home. And I love that it's elevated. I love that it's kind of out of the way. These windows do open up, but I like having them kind of closed when we sleep. It feels very safe. And I like not having too much blanket and too much pillow, but just enough that feels good for me. The other cool thing about this sleep situation is we have a remote control right here that controls our lights. So we have LED lights set up in here, and you won't be able to see them very well if I turn them on now, but during the night they're incredible. So they light up the whole RV. So we have access right there. We can lay down, turn the lights on, turn them off, change the color of the whole RV. So our sleeping situation is fantastic. So this is my sleeping situation now. I want to show you what Brittany and I were using in the past. These are pads. They click together. You may have seen these in different variations. Brittany and I use these for our acrobatic practice. We do standing acrobatics. We also do L-basing acrobatics, something that you may have heard called acro yoga. And these set up into a big square. They click together, and we use these both for our daily movement activity, but also we line them up on the floor to sleep on. And this is like the kind of mat that I really enjoy sleeping on. The floor is a little bit too hard to get completely comfortable, especially if you turn on your side and you have this big hip bone digging into the ground. But something like this, that's thicker than a yoga mat, but not quite as thick as a mattress or like a futon, I think is the best for the back. In my opinion, this has been awesome for the back. I've also been told, and from what I understand, sleeping on harder surfaces is better for the internal organs, better for blood flow, better for circulation. So if you're having any issues with circulations, with digestion, with back issues, try sleeping on a hard surface. It's going to take you, at least a week, maybe up to 30 days to really get used to it, but I think you're going to see major benefits. So how we had this set up in our previous locations was in a couple different apartments and a studio. So when we got up in the morning, we would fold up all the bedding into a nice little area, put it away in the closet, put these back together in this unit and go outside, bring these into the world and play. And if we weren't going to play that day, we would just lean them up against something to be out of the way, and that cleared up the entire living space. So I highly recommend these guys if you're interested. Yes, it is, you know, a big bulky thing. Compared to a mattress though, you can get it a lot smaller, and it works for other activities: picnicking, yoga, acrobatics, general play, dance in the park, whatever. It's a great thing to have, and it's one of the bulkier items that we own that we absolutely love having. Okay, the other way I used to sleep for a very, very, very long time, for probably over a year, was just a very simple yoga mat and exactly this style of sleeping bag. This is a Nature Hike LW180 sleeping bag. It's called an envelope sleeping bag because this actually gets really, really small. And I would sleep on a hardwood floor with this rolled out underneath of me and this guy. And every morning I would wake up and I would stuff this into its sack and I would roll this up and put it in the corner, and I'd have my entire space open. I can't recommend enough sleeping minimally without a lot of fluff. I think that physiologically our bodies are happier on harder surfaces. Again, it's tough to get used to just straight concrete or tile or hardwood floor. It's a little too cold, and it's definitely a little too hard. So having a thin mat or even a thicker mat or even a thin mattress is a really great place to begin changing over from these really thick mattresses that aren't doing our bodies any good. It's also really nice to know that I can sleep anywhere in the world comfortably. All I need is a little bit of cushion. That can be a carpet, that can be a yoga mat, and I am super comfy. Thank you so much for letting me share about my sleeping arrangements. It's been on my mind to share this with you guys for a while. It's really fun to share Winnie, where I stay with Brittany, with y'all, and I hope that this was a good video for you. I hope it's okay that I'm not wearing a shirt. It's just a little hot and I don't like clothing very much, so forgive me if this is offensive in any way, but much love to you. Take care. I will be making more videos about minimalism, simple living, all the good stuff, so stay tuned with me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and give the video a like if you liked it. That lets me know I'm doing a good job. Much love. Take care of yourselves. We will check in next time. Bye-bye.